Hey guys, so I've got a very interesting video for you today. So what's going on here, you're probably wondering. We've got all these measurements of these two diapers already written on there so we can save time. I've already done all the work. I've added painter's tape, attach it to the floor, of course, painter's tape, so I can rip it off the floor easily after. And but what I've done is extended these two diapers. I've taken exact measurements, the most important one, the front width, the back width, the center width, and the length. And what I'm doing here is I'm comparing these two Temu diapers, baby diapers that fit adults, supposedly, allegedly. So, and they do, I'll confirm that, I'm 198 pounds right now, and both of them do fit me. They are a bit tight. So, you know, people, especially ABDLs, have been looking for an alternative or baby diapers that actually fit them. But what has happened is I do believe the Pampers many years ago, they did fit a lot of adults, but they made them less stretchy. They made them smaller and less absorbent. So ever since then, a lot of adults have been looking for baby diapers, and now they finally sell them on Temu. Now, the drawback to these, that even though they are quite large, and we'll talk about that in a second, is that they're just so thin, you're not really going to get that diaper feeling. And I wasn't too pleased with these. They can absorb about a bladder's worth, I would say, but that's if you release really slowly. And if you flood them, they'll just leak everywhere, to be honest, especially if you're sitting or laying down. But let's get into what I'm getting at here. So right here is the Temu 5XL, and this one here, we'll take a look at this one first. Right when you look on this tag, so that's the proof it's 5XL. I did order these from Temu, like I said. I can't read anything on the package except for this, Dream Baby Diapers. And this one is the 6XL. So I was suspicious about something. When I tried this one on, and then later I ordered this one, tried this one on, I'm like thinking, these are the exact same size. Why are they claiming one is 5XL, one is 6XL? It almost, like I can't read most of what's on these packages, but they almost look like different brands. Like look at this one, how it's packaged. And look at this one, how it's packaged. Dude, almost think it's like a different company, but I'm gonna guarantee you they are the exact same manufacturer wherever these are coming from, because they are built the same. You can see that on the ones that I've laid out on the floor very easily. So this is what the supposed 5XL looks like, or the 5XL, and this is what the 6XL looks like. So this is these two diapers flipped over, so we'll line them up so you can see that more easily, what's what. And so what I found, so here is the 5XL right here. Here is the 6XL. Let's go over the measurements. If you just look at this frame right here, you can see they're almost very similar. And what I found was that the 6XL are in fact a little bit longer. You can see that this one is 25¼ inches long, whereas the 6XL is 25¾ inches long. So that's a ½ an inch longer, but that's not much when you put them on. When I put them on, I couldn't even tell the difference. And so the pad is 9 7/8 wide in the middle, 9 7/8 wide in the middle. And you know what I forgot to do was measure the pad length. Maybe I'll do that after. So this one, you know, the weird thing is, so the smaller one, the 5XL, is actually wider in the back than the 6XL. You can see here that this 5XL is 21.5 inches wide on the back, and that is measuring from tape to tape. It's kind of extended, but I did not actually open the tape itself. I figured it wasn't really relevant. So 21.5, remember that, and this one is 21. Remember, this is the bigger size, so it's not going to go around you as much. I know that's a minor difference, but it's something. And the 5XL is 18 inches wide at its maximum on the front, and the 6XL is 17¾ inches, so we lose a quarter of an inch. So far all around we've lost looks like 3/4 of an inch to the diameter of person that it might fit. And I'm just going to shut off the video for a second. I'm just going to measure the pad length real quick for you guys, and we'll get that number for you right away. Okay, so I found something very interesting with the pad length as well. So I didn't go ahead and draw any more lines. There's already enough lines as there is. But the 5XL, so the smaller diaper of the two Temu diapers, which are the same manufacturer by the looks of it, has the smaller one has a 18.5-inch pad, and the 6XL has an 18-inch pad. So you lose a half an inch of pad length. So that's honestly all I really got to say about these, but I also wanted to compare because, you know, I can give you all these measurements, but on video, it's hard to get a scale of what's going on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure, probably not gonna measure the width, but I'm gonna measure the length of some diapers that, you know, most of us in North America can get our hands on. So this is the Rears Daydreamer. We're gonna see how this compares in length to the Temu diapers, just so we can see or get an idea how big the Temu diapers actually are. And this is something else that most of us can get, is a Goodnight XL. This is Goodnight XL girls. So I'll shut the camera off, I'll take some measurements and see exactly, you know, how these compare to the Temus. So here is the North American Goodnight size XL next to the Temu diapers. Now the width of the Goodnight, so not the pad, but the overall width is 6 3/4 inches, as opposed to the 9 7/8 here. And the length is 24 inches on the Goodnights. So of course, the reason I got these all taped up like this, like a science experiment, is because, you know, diapers, they want to scrunch up all the time and they're so hard to get to extend. So now we can actually see them. And here's the scale of size Goodnights, or size XL Goodnights next to the Temu diapers, which are, we've already established, pretty well the same, with a couple of longer on the 6XL, shorter on the 5XL, but also wider on the 5XL. So I feel like that kind of cancels out and doesn't really make much sense. And they're so close to call that, you know, originally I was very excited, even though I wasn't very impressed with the 5XL. I was impressed in some way that they actually fit me, but not absorbency wise. But I was like super excited for the 6XL, because I'm like, yeah, these are gonna fit me super, super well, which they fit about the same. So that's kind of disappointing. But that's the Goodnights right up next to them. So there's not much more to say about that. And we'll get a full-on adult diaper here, and we will see what that looks like in comparison to these guys. So here's the Rears Daydreamer up against the 5XL and 6XL Temu baby diapers that supposedly fit adults. And so we're gonna take the measurements of the Rears Daydreamer. Now this is a size medium. So this is gonna be the most commonly found size of Rears adult diaper. You know, they have size extra small, small in some of their product lineup, as well as like large and extra large, I do believe. So they can be smaller or bigger, but this is just the most average size diaper that most people are probably going to fit into. So we're gonna take a look at this one. And I'm not gonna write anything on this Rears diaper because they could be fairly expensive, especially this one. So I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm gonna actually still use this guy here later on. So the width of the Daydreamer is, we'll call it 13 inches wide, a little bit over that, but we'll say 13 inches wide versus the 9 7/8. And let's take a look at the back here. The width of this one is 25 inches wide, and that's versus 21.5-ish. And you know what? I really don't even care about the width of the front. We're just gonna do the length. I don't want to bore you guys too much. You guys get the idea. So let's set that up right there. And the length of the adult diaper, the Rears adult diaper, is 32 3/4 right there. So that's all I got. You guys get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. We've compared them with well-known diapers, the Goodnight size XL and a Rears size medium, ones that a lot of us are familiar with. Not all of us, but most, I would say. And that's it. We're going to cut the video short there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and just made this video to make you aware that if you're going to buy these from Temu, I wouldn't even like pick one over the other. It's not worth it just for that extra half an inch length. I mean, if one's on sale, get that one. Whether it's 5XL or 6XL. Don't be fooled. I kind of feel like it's the game that Pampers are playing. Like they have different sizes. Like they have a size, like say size 6 versus size 7. Like people are saying they're almost the exact size. So I don't know why companies do that. Why don't you just make it a couple inches longer to make it worth people's while? But yeah, so just be aware of that. And also, I know you might get excited that they will fit you, but at the same time, you might be disappointed when you get them in the mail because they are not very absorbent, in my opinion. But if you do have to get them, if you really want to get them, I suggest like putting a booster pad or like a bladder control pad in it and just maybe poke some holes in the back of the bladder control pad. Something that fits in there, sits in there really nice, but also can seep through, because you're definitely going to need to boost the absorbency if you use these. Anyways, Speedy Diaper Reviews out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, you guys.